All right, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 4 rounds for time and it is called Ghost Malone. And this is because this is named after this lovely dog Ghost that belonged to Danny, who I had mentioned in the Danny Boy workout. And we were able to find this dog a lovely home thanks to so many awesome, amazing people that helped out with this. And I will show you a picture right now. All right, so that is Ghost, and I'm so happy that he is able to have a wonderful home. Okay, so the workout, 4 rounds for time. It is 10 ab rollers, 25 kettlebell swings, 10 thrusters, 25 ab twists, 10 glute bridges, 25 double unders, or 50 single unders. So we're gonna go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. All right, so the first movement we are going to do is the ab roller. So this obviously you're gonna need an ab roller for. If you don't have this at home, I strongly suggest getting one of these. It's a great ab workout and it's super cheap. It's a great home gym addition. So we're gonna use this and we're gonna roll out until we're straight and come back in, squeezing our abs the whole time, using that to come back and forth. If you don't have an ab roller, but you have a foam roller or a ball of some sort, you can use that and roll out. Now, I will say it is a little harder because you're trying to balance on the thing and pulling it back and forth. So you can do 5 of those if you are using a ball or a foam roller. You can also use your barbell if you have a barbell. So you can, it's the same movement. You can just hold on to that barbell, roll out, and roll back in. You can also do some inchworms. So you can do this standing, come out, and stretch all the way out and come back in. You can also do some plank rocks. So come down into a plank, your butt is down, your back is straight, everything should be in a straight line if Mia gets out of the way. And you're just gonna rock back and forth on your toes, and you can do that about 20 times. Oh, hey, did you want me to throw the ball for you? Okay. So next movement is going to be our kettlebell swing. So we'll go over that movement. Our feet are about a little bit wider than hip width apart. We are going to bring our hips back. So you see how I'm bending at my hips? So I'm bringing them back to the wall. My legs are only slightly bent when I come here. So you see my knees are slightly bent. And we're gonna bring our hands back, keeping our back straight. We're only gonna come back to the outside of our wrist where it touches the inside of our thigh. So when we come back, and then we wanna come up to about eye height here. So back, and we're gonna use that thrust forward with those hamstrings and glutes, and we're gonna push that, we're gonna use that momentum to push the weight up. We're not pulling the weight up. That's gonna get you to the height you want. If you notice you're only down here, you really need to use more thrust there. So let me show you what it looks like with a kettlebell real quick. So we're gonna come back. Okay, if we're touching anywhere above our wrist, so if we're doing probably one of two things. We're either squatting down and trying to lift up, so none of that. We're bringing our hips back, not down, or we're coming back too far and trying to swing. That's going to put a lot of pressure on our back. So if you're feeling some sort of lower back strain while you're doing that, that's probably why. So if we don't have a kettlebell, but we have a dumbbell, we can use that And it's the same movement just with the dumbbell, or we can take a band and we can step in the band like so and pull the band forward in between our legs, and same movement there. Okay. Next movement is our thruster. So we'll start with the barbell, and then I'll show you the modifications. So a thruster is a front squat into an overhead press. The important part is we want to use each movement to facilitate the next movement. So what do I mean by that? When we come down into our front squat, making sure our elbows are up and high, keeping that barbell rested on our chest and we're not holding it here. Not chest, on our shoulders, right? When we come down, we want to make sure we're coming straight up. And as we're doing that, we're using the leg drive that we're creating from that front squat to drive the barbell overhead. And then we finish with our arms straight overhead. So then when we come down, we want to use the gravity, bringing the barbell down, and we want to get right into that front squat. So this is what it looks like. Our hands are about a thumb width away from the smooth part on the barbell. We're going to pick the barbell up. So we're going to come down, push overhead. As all my joints crack. Okay, so if we don't have a barbell, you can use a dumbbell. I suggest using just one for this, and you can switch sides, 5 on each side. So come down into that front squat, resting the one side on the shoulder, and then just switching sides. Now we can also use a band. Again, it's going to be one side at a time. So we're going to come down, push overhead. That you can either do 10 on each side or 5 on each side, depending on how motivated you are. Okay, those are thrusters. Okay, the next movement is going to be our ab twist. Sorry, I was thinking there about showing you one more modification, but it's all kind of the same. Okay, so ab twist, we want to be in a nice V position here. So our feet are off the ground. The only thing that's on the ground is our butt. We're leaning back so that we are engaging that core, and we're going to come back and forth. Now, if you can, add a weight going back and forth. If you find that with the weight you're unable to balance, that is a sign you need to work a little bit harder on that core strength. But we can go ahead and put one heel, just one, on the ground to help with stability, but try to put little weight on that. It's just a light touch on the ground just to help keep you stabilized. So again, you can use weight or no weight for that. Okay, next is going to be our glute bridges. So a regular glute bridge you can do on the ground. Your feet are going to be flat and your hands are going to be flat on either side, and you're just going to push up and squeeze that butt at the top until you're straight. See how I'm in a straight line? Come back down and just making sure you're squeezing everything as you come up. Now, you can also use a bench. I feel like my bench is just like a little too high, so I don't like using that. But I use my wall ball or my med ball here, and I can also do the same thing. It's just adding more distance there, and we can use a weight and put that right there on your hips, right in the middle, in that crease. Or you can use the barbell laying across there as well. You can also use a plate or whatever, or a slam ball or whatever kind of weight you want to, or have to use as well. But if you're just beginning and don't want to use the weight, again, you can just do it on the ground as I showed in the beginning, or on a backed up against a bench or a ball there. Okay, last movement I'm not going to show you because it's not going to help you much if I demo it. It is our double unders, which is taking the jump rope and going passing under your feet twice before landing. So if you cannot do that, just do regular jump ropes. You're just going to double the amount. And if you're not ready for jump ropes, don't have jump ropes, you can just do jumping taps to simulate the same movement. So tap twice before landing. So we're going to go all those movements 4 times. Mark down your movements, your weights, and your time, and revisit at some point to check out your progress.